Security video from 2 weeks ago. Watch closely as a large, strong young man, bipolar, shows up outside the Lakewood Sheriff's substation with what appears to be violent intent.
He had an improvised weapon that he had tied a rope around his waist, and at the other end of the rope was a large brick.
Lieutenant Eric Castano was there. With 3 decades of experience and constant training, he knew this wasn't a criminal, but someone in distress.
This was a mental health situation, and although he did have the brick, the goal was to try to help him. The deputies were setting up in a way to deal with him in exactly the way we trained them to. They had created some distance. One deputy was doing all the talking. He was using a very calm voice. I heard him tell the young man that we were there to help him.
But the situation is far more complicated and dangerous. The young man had doused himself with gasoline. He had a lighter in his left hand. You can't see it on the video, but he was sparking it on his thigh.
So when that happened, of course, it became a critical incident, an immediate critical incident.
Who's that?
They were chopping up people with some bipolar schizo.
What's going on? You drop that for me. Drop that for me, guy.
Jay!
Drop it.
Jay!
Drop it.
Jay!
Dealing with the mentally ill has become a critical yet controversial part of law enforcement. Mental health experts would tell you it shouldn't be this way.
They need treatment in life to get back on track and be productive members of society, as opposed to being put into constraining, punitive environments.
But resources to help the mentally ill are severely underfunded. As a result, there aren't enough clinics and beds. So the mentally ill end up on our streets, eventually filling our jails with people who just need a doctor. Over the last 5 years, the population of mentally ill in the LA County Jail is up 49%.
That's a dramatic increase in a very difficult population, and a population that I would argue should not be treated in a jail facility.
LA Sheriff Jim McDonald says the jail was never supposed to be used this way.
So by default, we have become the largest mental institution in America.
We're all citizens, and by isolating and secluding people who don't fit into society, we actually make the problem worse.
But until things change, it's deputies who will be on the front lines dealing with the mentally ill. They train, they role play, they learn to assess and think quickly. So, when faced with dangerous situations like this, they act humanely with compassion.
So you're going to see the deputies converge on him, including myself, wrap him up. You will probably see a deputy discarding that lighter. We were able to take that away from him and toss it off to the side. And then you'll see us in what we call a team takedown, take him down to the ground.
The young man was not hurt or arrested, but taken to a hospital where he is getting help. So most law enforcement experts will tell you policing criminals is hard enough. Adding mental illness to their responsibility makes the job exponentially more difficult. And without proper funding for medical help, plus with drug addiction escalating, this is a problem that is going to get worse no matter how hard peace officers train to deal with it.